Hi, it's Don McLaughlin from Falcon Discovery here at Legal Tech 2013. Please introduce Nick Robertson from K-Cura. Nick, great to have you.
Thanks for having us, Don.
And Nick, what's your role with K-Cura?
So I work with the product management, marketing, and sales teams.
Good deal. Obviously Legal Tech is about applying technology and in the legal field. And how do you all at K-Cura view, obviously, technology is a source of many challenges within the legal field in terms of identifying information and retrieving it and producing it. How do you all feel that you're going at that problem and addressing it with your solutions?
Sure. Well, I think a technologist in e-discovery today is really got to be concerned about kind of three things. One is you got to be able to handle a lot of data. Even if companies are doing a good job getting their arms around everything they have, ultimately those data sets, as they move from identification through review, they're big, they're getting bigger. So as a technologist, we have to be adept at helping people handle a lot of information. Two is, once you can handle it, how do you make sense of it? So analytics is a growing theme. Predictive coding, just the start of that, but how do we give people smart tools to then get through all this information and make sense out of it?
Yep.
And the third, I would say, is making the software easy to use. We used to live in a world where people's perspective was, hey, this is better than a legacy database system. Now it's like, hey, why doesn't this work like Google or Zappos or Facebook?
Right.
So
it's not doing what my iPhone does, so make it work.
That's right. I have to be able to do e-discovery on the iPhone,
Right.
But it's it sounds silly, but it's stuff we hear more and more. So those would be the three things that I'd point to that, as technologists, we feel like we have to bring those to the overall piece of the puzzle.
And particularly with lawyers, and I'll say that with pride, have a tough time leveraging technology and understanding how to use it. And so your last point there in terms of making it user-friendly, critical, right?
I think so, but I also think more is expected of attorneys these days. We're using technology in every part of our lives, so no longer do attorneys just want to look at the documents, but they want to be able to apply the filters and see how search terms change the data. They want to take a little bit more control over their own destiny, and I think in a lot of senses that makes sense. Not all the time, but I think in certain respects their role has broadened, so we have to make it easy for them to be able to do those things.
Got it. And as we dive into 2013 here with Legal Tech, what is it that K-Cura is bringing to market and is the sort of latest advancements coming out of K-Cura?
Sure. Well, we recently just kind of, we've always focused on review within e-discovery, and with our last release in December, Relativity 7.5, we really put the bookends on relativity by adding native file processing and native file imaging. So we're trying to make it really easy for people to get data sets right into relativity, go straight to review, and then make it easy for them to hit all their production requirements when it goes out. You'll see us continue to build out our predictive coding workflow, relativity assisted review, make that easier to work with, give people a lot of transparency and a lot of different measures of completeness, whether it's precision, recall, F1, give you a lot of options for that. And I think, again, on the ease of use, we're just going to try and continue to make it an easy to use application and very approachable no matter what you're doing.
Our work focuses very much on the corporate legal department and the way in which they're managing discovery and litigation. How do you see K-Cura's tools benefiting the corporate space?
Well, I think for the corporate legal department, it's a business case like anything else. They want to see ROI. If they're going to deploy technology, they want to become more efficient. Yep. So for us, I think it's about helping them get better insight into their data all along the process and what the total cost of a project is going to be, and just bringing efficiencies to it, and that doesn't matter whether they're using it behind the firewall or in a hosted scenario or whatever it is, but it's about giving them insight to their information all the way from collection to when they would produce. So I think it's just helping them make that business case.
Cool. Well, as we shut off the disco strobe there at LegalTech2013, let's get more lighthearted. What you've been at LegalTech now a number of years. What's one of the funnier things you've heard or seen that doesn't involve me at LegalTech?
That I'm allowed to talk about?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm just thinking about today. I don't know if Matt can pan down and get my pants. I think we've got
nice. That is one of the funnier things. Nice.
I'm kind of hoping they somehow make it into the roll-ups after the show.
Are you guys trying to get a spot at Ralph Lauren here in the city?
I would. It would be a second career I'd have an interest in. So if they're watching, I don't know.
Nice. There you go. Well, Nick, pleasure talking with you. Thanks very much.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Don.